Hello, I'm Emily. Welcome to my Capstone project. Recently, I moved from Minneapolis to the small Caribbean island of St. Martin while finishing my business degree. Because I will be entering public relations after graduation, my capstone will focus on the impact social media marketing has on the world of public relations. PR in the 21st century has brought out four major problems: credibility, multiple channels, measuring impact of social media, and two-way PR. My focus for this project is how to measure the effectiveness of social media. Before I get started, I wanted to quick touch base on the significance of this project, the research methodology that I used for my paper and project, and what I initially set out to discover in this project. So to begin, the significance of this project is that I want to go into public relations and I want to really understand the value and importance that social media is in the world of public relations. I want to understand that it's important for a PR specialist to help a company truly stand out in all the social media platforms that they are using. So I want to ask, what works and what doesn't work so well? How effective is social media to a brand? Because really, in order for public relations to efficiently market companies, understanding and measuring the impact of social media is crucial. So the research methodology that I focused on for this project is studying other brands' social media techniques and seeing, what worked and what didn't work for them. What I initially set out to discover in this project and what I wrote about in my paper and went into further detail is how social media really does play an effect in public relations, how important it is in selling products, and I am curious to see the costs of social media marketing and if it's worth it or not. I want to discover what social media brings to the company, the best way of delivering, advertisements and sales and promotions, and if it's really accepted well by the audience. I also want to know how to get customer engagement on social media, and also how social media today, or not social media, but public relations today, how it's changed from public relations in the 1950s. So the questions I'm asking in the project come down to three major questions, which are: how does social media benefit a brand? What are the problems social media has caused for PR professionals in this day and age? And how do you measure the impact of social media marketing? So first, let me begin with the first question that the paper that I wrote along with this video and my PowerPoint presentation, how does social media benefit a brand? And as stated in my paper and PowerPoint presentation, I found 5 benefits social media brings, and those 5 benefits are increased brand recognition, improved brand loyalty, more opportunities to convert, higher conversion rates, and higher brand authority. Because as we all know, social media has become so popular with not just companies, but with just individuals, and those companies have caught on to, all the people on social media, so they are trying to market to to individuals, which leaves, a certain company wondering how they will stand out in a sea among other companies that are trying to get those same people. As I briefly mentioned, the problems that modern public relations has brought for PR professionals these days is, credibility, multiple channels, two-way PR, and measuring the impact of social media. So for this project, I wanted to concentrate on the problem of measuring impact of social media. The major research methodologies I used for this project are Mostly just research on the computer. I wanted to look at surveys that other companies had done and presented to the public. I also studied social media campaigns that other companies did, successful and failed campaigns that just didn't work out. And the other research methodology I used was watching interviews and reading interviews of PR professionals so I can get more of an inside look on what it really entails and what I will deal with in the future so I can be prepared and know what to expect and hear advice on how to handle those things. 2 campaigns that I studied and focused on for that portion in my paper was a successful campaign done by Chipotle in the summer of 2013 and a failed social media campaign done by Heinz. So I will begin by telling you about Chipotle's successful social media campaign. So in the summer of 2013, they wanted to bring more awareness to their company and to their social media. So they intentionally hacked themselves or pretended that they were hacked, and doing so brought in 4,000 new followers a day for that summer and doubled their sales. I don't know, so that in itself was successful, and I know it got my attention. I remember it, and I always refer to it when I think of a successful social media campaign. On the other hand, a failed example is Heinz. They had a QR code contest that resulted in just a scandalous affair. Basically, a consumer was under the impression that they were entering a contest by scanning a QR code on a product in the store, but when they scanned it, it led to a German porn site. So super bad for the brand. Turns out that Heinz registered the site, but then let the domain expire after the competition was over. So what can we draw from all of this? Basically, PR professionals need to be prepared with 3 things, including me as an aspiring PR professional. So the 3 things are: understand social media's benefits, be familiarized with social media's 21st century obstacles, and those 5 challenges that I mentioned and go into further detail in my paper. And the final one is know how to effectively measure the impact of social media. So I just touched base, but when you read my paper, you will see and read everything in more depth. Thank you for watching.